Yes, once again, welcome back to Achievers Meeting Point channel. So today I want to look at the cost volume profit analysis when given an expected profit or a planned profit. So I'll first remind you that we always know that profit is got from total revenue minus total costs. So having my total revenues minus total costs, which you can see there, minus total costs giving us a profit. I know total revenues is got from price times quantity. So price times quantity, I'm supposed to get total revenues, and total cost is from fixed cost plus variable cost, and variable cost, you get a variable cost times quantity. So when you get price times quantity minus fixed cost plus variable cost, you get profit. So you solve the equation. When you solve the equation, that means I'll pull out the fixed cost from the bracket and the variable cost from the bracket, and after pulling it out, I'll form an equation which I'll solve in order to get my quantity. So after solving it to get my quantity, you have seen how I've pulled it out. I've transferred the fixed cost first to the profit side, and then I've collected like terms of quantity into profit minus variable cost into the price minus variable cost, and after I've solved my equation to get the quantity. So if you get the quantity, means you have seen how after taking the fixed cost to the other side, we are remaining this side with in bracket, remaining with the price and the variable cost. But remember, I want quantity. I'm finding for value of quantity. So that means I can solve for the quantity by dividing. So when I divide by cost, both sides by price minus variable cost, I'm able to remain with the quantity. So that means in all my formulas, as I'm getting the quantity at expected profit, I'm going to use this formula, which you're able to see here, that it is profit plus fixed cost out of selling price minus variable cost. But we all know that the selling price minus variable cost is the same as contribution, so we are good to go. So I'll have an example which we're going to do as we get to know more about it. The question says, Dash company produces and sells Tampeco cups, and the following data was provided by the cost and management accountant. Annual fixed costs of 20 millions, expected selling price of 40 millions, production cost per unit of 18 millions, selling and distribution cost per unit of 14,000. Annual fixed cost of 20 millions, expected selling price of 40,000, production cost per unit of 18,000, selling and distribution cost per unit of 14,000. The managers are planning to earn a target profit of 4 millions. So they will give us already a target profit which they want to earn. Required: how many units should be produced and sold in order to make the budgeted profits possible? Part B, determine the amount of sales that can be made to get the profit. So that's our question which you want to do, which you want us to pass right now, and we'll get to know how it can be done. So let's move together. So welcome. So we know that quantity equals to profit plus fixed cost out of selling cost minus variable cost from the equation that we have solved up when we were starting the video. So we know that in the equation that gave us the target profit is 4 millions, the fixed cost is 20 millions, the selling price is 40,000, and our variable cost, we add the two together, that is the selling and distribution plus the production cost per unit, to get a total of 32,000. When you add 18 plus 14 to get a total of 32,000. So when I solve my equation that profit plus fixed cost, I'll have 4 millions plus 20 millions divided by selling price, which is 40,000, minus variable cost, which is 32,000. I'll have an equation to give me 24 millions divided by 80,000. And I solve this one. When I divide the two, I'm able to get 3,000 units. That means for me, for Tampeco Company Limited, to get a profit of 4 millions, it must sell 3,000 units. Good. Let's continue. Part B. Part B wanted the sales that should be made in order to obtain their target profit. I know from sales, from the break-even point sales in our first video, is equal to fixed costs out of contribution sales ratio. So we have seen up even on the quantity, there is nothing that has changed except adding profit to the fixed cost. So it's the same equation. Just sales, when you have a target profit, is the same as our target profit plus fixed cost out of contribution sales. So I have said, and I will repeat, sales, when to get the sales when you have the target profit, is equal to target profit plus fixed cost out of contribution sales ratio. Another contribution sales ratio is equal to contribution out of selling price. And our contribution is got from selling price minus variable costs. So we have already got the contribution up here where we said 40,000 minus 30,000. So I'll just bring it here to be my 80,000 as my contribution. That is my contribution sales ratio will be 8,000, which is my contribution, divided by selling price, which is a 40,000 times 100%, and I'll be able to get a 20%. So let's continue and we see how we get the total sales if substituting into the formula. So on substituting into the formula, profit, we already have the profit. Target profit is 4 millions plus fixed costs, which we have, which is a 20 millions, divided by the contribution sales that you have got, which is a 20%. So when I solve it, will be 4 plus 20 to give me 24 millions divided by 0.2. That means I have to make a total sale of 120 millions in order to get my target profit of 4 millions. We have to make a total sales of 120 millions in order to get a target profit of 4 millions. So that has been our question. In case you need, in the next video, we are going now to multi-products, finding cost and volume profit for multi-product. So look for me in the next video. See you again on Achievers Meeting Point. Remember to subscribe, share, and comment.